All right, what is up, everyone? Welcome to the GW8 FPL podcast. My name is Ryan from the Football Chatbox, and I'm joined with Roy after a long time. We're podding. I was checking the last time we podded, and that was like Game Week 3. So we're back after a long time. I'm back after a vacation as well. How are you doing, Roy?
I'm doing great. Welcome back. And people must be missing you.
I think people are missing our content in general. While I was on holiday, I did do a couple like streams, and there were questions with regards to people like asking for like a Discord channel, so that they could like ask questions whenever we have like gaps in content and all of that. So I was thinking maybe we'll look into it during the international break. I'll look into try and making one, and then seeing if we can integrate it with YouTube or something.
Yeah, sounds good.
So yeah, that might come soon. So stay tuned for that. Because there were questions about it, and I think there's a decent response for it as well. So we'll look into that. I'll look into making one. And yeah, so looking forward to, I guess, a general FPL chat, because I haven't watched too much football as well in the last couple of weeks, and my rank has also taken a downward spiral because of that. So we'll talk about the week that just passed as well. Watkins on the cover. Obviously, Watkins did really well for you this week.
Yep.
Talk to me. Shall we go to your team straight, or do you want to like just?
Yeah, we can. I mean, it could be even better if Saka took those 2 penalties, right?
Let me go straight to your team. So 23 points from Watkins. You had Saka. I sold Saka. So the fact that he gifted those 2 penalties, I was like, yes, I have escaped absolute slaughter. But yeah, go ahead.
Well, this is the thing. Arsenal, I think they have a policy of making decisions on the field, on the spot. I guess Odegaard will decide who to give it to. And I think Saka is the first choice for penalties. But it seems like if he scores before the penalties, he will give it to someone else.
He's not too fussed about getting more goals, like.
Yeah, I think if there's 0-0, Saka will take the penalty.
Yeah.
I mean, this game, Saka scored already. Therefore, the second one, he said, "Oh, you take it," or, "Hey, Captain Odegaard, you decide who to take the penalty." And I think Odegaard is the second in line to take the penalty.
Yeah.
Then once it's 2-0 up, the third one, which is the second penalty, Odegaard must make the decision. Okay, Havertz's been getting a lot of sticks.
Yeah, he hasn't
internally or externally. Yeah. Just give him this opportunity to really to kickstart his Arsenal career, which turned out to be he scored a goal. I mean, just imagine if he doesn't score that.
Yeah, it would have been even worse. Yeah.
So, but anyway, I was hoping Saka take 2 more penalties and he will be on a hat trick as well. Then this week would be awesome for me.
I know, and then here he's becoming a saint and gifting penalties to people. I was. So I couldn't watch any of the games. I just saw penalties. I was like, no, disaster. It's just going to be worse. But then to see that he gifted them, I was like, thank God. Like, as soon as he scored the first goal, I was like, okay, gone. Because I bought in Salah for that. And Salah didn't. Unfortunately, the game went in such a way for Liverpool that Salah didn't get anything from it. And I initially sold Saka because of like the injury concerns and everything that came off before the game. But I still thought that Arteta is going to play him because he's been playing him almost every single game and doesn't really bench him or anything.
But now the injury concern has come real. That's real now. I think I just can't see him playing against City.
That's why I kind of sold it, because I was like, it's a game against Bournemouth. Is he going to really risk him when you've got Champions League and then you've got City upcoming? But then, yes, now, do we think I didn't watch the game. Did you see the Lens game or?
No, I didn't. I didn't watch anything for this morning's game.
Yeah.
But it's talking about hamstring injury. So if he's hamstring, he don't recover in 3 days' time. You just don't.
So we aren't really sure how it's going to be turned out, or what, like whether he's going to be okay or not. It's completely uncertain.
There's no news at the moment. But I'll put money on he's not playing against City.
So if
he plays, it'll be a miracle.
Yeah, fair enough. So now you've already played your wild card. Are you going to hold Saka for the moment?
Oh yeah, I think so. I don't see the injury to be a serious injury.
Yeah.
I just think it's just temporary.
Yep, fair enough.
He would just shake it off.
Mm.
But he's been playing consecutively, 85, 86 Premier League games?
Like yeah.
I think that might come to a stop this weekend.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. You never know with Arteta. Sometimes he could even play Saka still, but I don't know. If it's
I mean, you were right before. Why did he even play against
Bournemouth?
Bournemouth and the Prem and Champions League?
Yeah,
because it did not make any sense.
That's why I took him off like removed him from the Bournemouth game, because I was like, that's the easiest out of the lot that Arsenal could win, and that you don't want to risk him before City, especially with City without Rodri. Like, it's the best opportunity to kind of beat City, and we've seen Wolves already do that as well.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to wait and see. You never know. Arteta, he could come off with like all these. He's very good at coming off with comments that doesn't give away too much information.
Yeah, don't trust him.
Yeah,
in press conference, don't trust him at all.
Yeah, so you'll have to wait and see until the lineup comes out to see whether the player is playing or not. But yeah, okay. I'm just gonna read your team out just for the for people listening on the audio as well. So you got Areola in goal, Udogie, Estupinan, Gabriel, Rashford, Mitoma, Foden, Saka, Son, Watkins, Haaland, Leno, Gusto, Botman, and Joe Pedro. Okay? So I'll come back to your team when we come back later, just to see about your plans. But I'm just going to go quickly to what we had in the first slide, which was a Game Week 8 to 13 season ticker, and another slide that included the Game Week 10 to 15 season ticker. Now, for people listening on the audio, the reasons I've added these two season tickers is because a lot of people are looking at Wildcard in this week, and then we want to see, okay, what's the difference that you kind of miss out on, and compared to Wildcard in this week compared to Wildcard in Game Week 10. Now, right now, Game Week 8 to 13, Spurs, Villa, Crystal Palace, like a top 3, Wolves and Newcastle as well. But at the bottom, you've got the likes of Chelsea, because tough fixtures happening in City, Brentford and Arsenal also in the bottom 4. But then when you switch that 2 game weeks later, once another fixture swing happens in Game Week 10, you get Arsenal that go right on to the top 3. Crystal Palace on top. Brighton also appear now in the top 3, because Brighton before that were like just at the bottom of the table for fixture tickers, because they have Liverpool and City next. So those are like the kind of like swings you're looking at in terms of, if you work hard now, you probably can target on Spurs quite a lot. You could probably target on Villa quite a lot, but you won't be having too many Arsenal. Maybe you won't have too much Brighton. Even West Ham, you probably wouldn't look at it too much, or maybe you do go with one of them, like a West Ham player. Even though with the 2 games that are Newcastle, Villa might be tough, you kind of have to accept that. And you probably go just because you don't want to be like you don't want to be behind the template come Game Week 10. But yeah, so those are the kind of things that you probably need to consider between a Game Week 8 and a Game Week 10 wildcard. Now, you already played a wildcard. Based on your team and looking at these stickers, where would you probably move?
Well, I've already done my 2 transfers, to be fair. I think I did it about 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Let me just double check what I've done. I got rid of Boltman. I got Dan Burn in, so the same Newcastle defender.
Yeah.
I got rid of who else? I got rid of Petrol.
Yeah.
I got Cunha in.
Wolves player. Yeah.
I just feel like Petrol hasn't been playing
because
consistently and
getting benched and whatnot.
And Cunha he's the first choice. He will play 90 minutes every single game. I thought that would be a good sort of alternative. If something happened, he would definitely play. He'll score at least 2 points.
Yeah.
And he takes all the free kicks, I think. Does he?
Can't confirm. I haven't watched too much of Wolves.
But he looks the most sort of like influential player in the Wolves team. So they're counting on him to make things happen.
Yeah.
Because I thought that would be a good choice for me to do. Other than that, I'm just keeping all my teams. I mean, Arsenal players, I'm going to keep Arsenal players because I feel like Arsenal still hasn't really kicked into their gear yet. They still sort of winning the games, but not convincingly.
Yeah,
because we're
fair
not
enough.
scoring enough.
Yeah.
I feel like at some point you will have to click.
Yeah, true.
I made the change before Saka got injured, so in hindsight, I probably should have waited for 2 days. And now Saka's in doubt. There's nothing I can do. I'm just gonna have to keep him.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, it's like if you can ride out this game week against City, and if after that it's the international break, right?
Yeah.
Then if Saka is fit by then after that, then you should be fine because the fixtures are after that are pretty good.
I just hope he does not play for England again for this international break.
If he's injured, I don't think he'll get called. Assuming if he's injured, but we don't know. Gareth Southgate, you never know.
Yeah. We'll just keep him injured.
Yeah, that's what. We'll have to wait and see. You never know. I won't be surprised if he's like fit, and then during the City game, for some reason, I don't know, depending on game set, let's say Arsenal are winning or something, Arteta will just take him off and then later in the press conference say, oh, he had a knock, blah, blah, blah. And then he just doesn't go for England. Whichever. Yeah. You never know.
I hope that happens.
Yeah. So
I'm pretty happy with my team. Rashford is a concern, to be honest.
Yes. United are horrible at the moment.
So I don't know. I mean, the next person I'm looking at replacing would be Rashford if he doesn't perform for another 2 weeks. And I probably need to start thinking about getting a Liverpool player.
Let me go back to your team because here's a team. Yeah, I guess so. Because you have Rashford, Mitoma, Foden, Saka, Son. Yeah, I guess it's a Liverpool player. But like we just mentioned, right? The game week swings. So let's say if you want to keep another 2 game weeks, that means you're going to like game week 10 basically.
Yeah.
You get West Ham also, who are pretty good.
Bowen. Yeah, Bowen. I've been looking at Bowen for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah.
I just didn't get enough courage to do it.
maybe in 2 game weeks you might. You never know. Because it's a good run for fixtures.
I feel like Rashford is going to have to he has to perform.
The problem is he's playing with such low confidence right now. I didn't watch today's Champions League fixture, but I saw the highlights back, and there was this one instance where he was 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, and he just squared it. So it's just like it's a player with low confidence right now.
But then again, 2-3 weeks ago, he scored one against Arsenal. That was himself. That was old Rashford we saw last season. Just all of a sudden, just not doing anything. Yeah,
that's what I don't know. I just think like the team as a whole right now are just poor for United. So I don't know. Like I personally, I'm finding ways that I can get rid of Rashford as soon as I can, if possible.
But I mean, United do have reasonable games for the next.
They got 6. Brentford and Sheffield. Now you would say Sheffield United in Game Week 9 is a really good fixture. Yeah. Everyone's targeting Sheffield United right now, and on paper it should be like a fixture that you probably keep Rashford for. But I'm just not convinced.
What I'm really hoping for is he just kickstart now.
Yeah.
Then get to the City game.
Yeah.
And just do well against City. That would be so helpful for Arsenal and good for himself too.
Last time United played City, everyone was like confident or not. Like even the like not captain Haaland. I just have a bad feeling. But we'll see. I don't know. Like I'm not convinced at this point. And there's Will in the comments that's saying, "I'm selling Rashford this week. Therefore, he will have his haul will be massive versus Brentford." I don't know. We'll see. But I'm not convinced by United at the moment. They look poor right now.
Do you reckon Ten Hag's going to keep his job for any longer?
I mean, if he's going like this, he might lose his job before January.
Maybe after City game, maybe.
Yeah, so if he loses the next 2 as well, if he loses Brentford, maybe wins or draws Sheffield, and if he gets hammered against City, that'd be huge pressure.
He'll be in trouble.
He'll be in huge trouble. Yeah, because I think we're at this point, even the Champions League, probably out of the Champions League after losing both games. I'd have no hope of them going to Turkey and beating Galatasaray.
Really?
Because
Zaha.
I mean, you couldn't even
Zaha.
No, it's not that you couldn't even win at home. Imagine going to Turkey and with that, like, the atmosphere and everything from that crowd. They'll just put too much pressure on this team. That's not even game.
Zaha was pumped against United.
Yeah, and like the next match is against Copenhagen. Now Copenhagen, you should be beaten, but I think they did well against Bayern. They only lost 2-1 or something, and we don't even have Casemiro now, which is even worse for that match.
Oh, he got sent off, did he?
Yeah, he got sent off a red card. So that makes it even worse. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I feel like he's slowly losing the dressing room as well, because how he dealt with Sancho, I don't know if it's a positive for him or negative for him.
Yeah, I have no idea. We'll see. He needs results fast, but at the moment, United are just depressing to watch. It's not good being a United fan, sadly, but it is what it is. Now Spurs, on the other hand, doing pretty well. Top of the fixture ticker. That's something that I'm thinking about. Maybe if I was to sell Rashford, it'll probably be for a Heung-min Son, because I don't have a Heung-min Son.
Yeah.
And Spurs are heavy captaincy favorites for this week. With Luton upcoming.
Yeah, I'm going captain Son for this week.
So and it's the opening fixture, so I probably might just wait till the deadline, and probably just to get, like, based on how many leaks we've been getting this season, just to wait and see whether we get any leaks on Spurs. And if he's starting, I'll probably make that transfer.
Yeah, I don't know if people want to do like a double Maddison and Son combination.
Spurs are so attacking that. So I already have Maddison. I don't mind doing that double up because they're so attacking.
Yeah.
Especially if Son plays that striker role. But if he doesn't start, then obviously I'll have to think about it.
I mean, having said that, I mean, if you just look at it, they are Fulham, Crystal Palace, Chelsea. Wolves. That's 3 derby games, right?
Yes.
Then go Wolves and Aston Villa. They're not easy games, to be honest.
They're not easy on paper. Like, I mean, they're not easy in reality. On paper, they look a bit better. In reality, no, they're all derby games, like you mentioned. Yes.
Yeah, they're not easy games, and Spurs, I know they haven't lost a game, but they're not convincing.
No, but they're very attacking. That's the thing.
Yeah,
they'll get. They might not win games, but they'll create chances. So from an FPL point of view, I guess from an attacking point of view, you would like it.
Yeah,
defensive point of view, maybe not. That's a different story.
Yeah, I think Aston Villa is a sort of really good option now.
Yeah. You have Ollie Watkins. Diaby did come off injured, but I don't know what the extent of his injury is yet. So might have to wait for a press conference for that. Because he's another player that interests me. I luckily got Matty Cash points off the bench for Botman. So I'm happy with Cash. Thoughts on Villa?
Yeah, I think defender, central defender, or Watkins and Diaby, I think that they are the standout. Just they are the ones that can create chances and give you points, really.
Yeah, that's what. So I think Aston Villa are really good. If you're a wildcard now, Watkins definitely. Matty Cash, I think, is up there. Diaby, I think I would wait on press conference news just to see whether he's fit or not. And then obviously you got Newcastle. Trippier still getting points. I went with Botman, unfortunately. Got injured, sadly. Now, I might look to wildcard in Game Week 10, probably.
Yeah.
Is what I'm thinking, because I just came back from holiday. I'm not even ready to even think about wildcarding now. I haven't even looked at any football, so no. But Game Week 10, I don't mind it. And what I'm thinking now, compared to people going in Game Week 10, like now, if anyone's wildcarding, they're probably not going to get Trippier because they want to fit in Son. You want to fit in a Haaland. You even want to fit in a Salah. And we'll have this discussion you mentioned offline as well about Salah versus Haaland in terms of drafts. People are not going to be able to afford a Trippier. Whereas I think Game Week 10, you don't have that Son problem maybe as much.
True. I mean, go back to Spurs again. Porro is a good choice as well, the right back. Udogie and him are pretty good attacking as well.
That's true. I already have Udogie, so Porro I wouldn't, but Porro is also really good attacking wise. So you kind of have like, if you're going now, you go with triple Spurs probably.
Yeah.
Newcastle, I guess Trippier we mentioned already. United, I mean, on paper you look at those fixtures, they look good except for the City game, but I'm not convinced in any one of those. Ideally, I would hold a United player, but they haven't been convincing enough to kind of tell me that I should be holding a United player. Because look, Sheffield United are the worst defensive team in the league right now.
Yes, true. They should win, really. Brentford is bad, and Sheffield United, they're bad.
Yeah.
They are bad.
I know.
There's no way. No, I can't see that happening.
Yeah. So
I think play at home against City would be a different game. Is a derby, and it will be different.
I hope so. There's a question in the chat with regards: is Porto worth the extra cash over Udogie?
3 choices, is it?
Well, Porto versus Udogie, I think there's not too much difference in cash. Like 4.8 versus 5.
Udogie is cheap. He's cheaper. It's 4.2.
Oh, 4.8.
That's 4.8. What?
Yes. It's gone up.
4.4. Oh, yeah, it has. Right. Okay. Cool. 4.8. Wow. Yeah. Right.
So I don't think there's too much of a difference. I think Porto is still more
Porto is more attacking. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
He's more attacking.
Yeah. I'll probably go with Porto if you wanted to.
But I do see Udogie. It depends on the team they play against.
Yeah.
If the other team is more attacking to the right, then Udogie would be more involved in defending.
Yeah, probably.
It's like against Liverpool. He's just basically there to defend. So it really depends. I think he does have potential as well. So from the price range, probably Udogie is better.
Yeah. But Porto may be slightly more attacking in general.
Yeah.
Just going back to the United one, I think the one player that I'll be confident in having would be Højlund.
Oh yeah, he's good.
Yeah, scored 2 goals in the Champions League as well.
Yeah. I think he nailed that first team spot.
Yeah, so he will be the only player that I would be kind of confident in having for this upcoming run.
Yeah, good point. He's got potential. He's really, really good, in fact.
Yeah, so he would be one. If you were making wildcard drafts and you really wanted a United player, I would have him over Rashford at this point.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. The other teams to target, just West Ham, Bowen. You said you were looking probably in 2 weeks' time if Rashford didn't do anything. I think Bowen is someone people are looking for those wildcard now because they're obviously Newcastle and Aston Villa. It is what it is. People are like, like if they don't go with a West Ham or a Villa player now, they're like, okay, maybe we just get them in game week 10 or you get them now. So that's depending on where people are at. I think Bowen will be fine as an option. He looks like he's playing like a striker role kind of thing.
I think from game week 10
that's why
onwards, it will be good to get him.
Yeah, so I'm looking at Bowen as well as an option for game week 10 wildcard. Any other thoughts on the teams?
I mean, Liverpool probably not mentioned that much, but I mean, they're still a quality side. I don't have any Liverpool player. That's my worry, really. I'm a bit worried about not having any Liverpool players. But who to have? I mean, Luis Diaz probably is the best option if you don't have the money for Salah.
Yes, probably. I think Luis Diaz is probably that. Now, the thing is, Gakpo is injured. Jota just got sent off. He's suspended. Darwin Núñez could be a punty option because he should now get minutes. But I still think
he's so inconsistent, that guy.
Yeah, fair enough. He's been like that though for most of his season, but he just brings chaos to the team, like in a good and bad way. But he'll be at the end of stuff. That's the thing. Then so I would probably look at. I guess Diaz is still probably the player that I like because I think he'll be playing minutes. more consistently compared to Darwin Núñez. Even once like Jota is back, I think Diaz will play more minutes. There's a question in the chat with regards to Matip. What thoughts on Liverpool defense in general? What do you think?
Matip?
Yeah.
Well, he's the guy who scored the own goal, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I think he's the cheapest out of in the Liverpool's defense. That's why.
I mean, Trent is injured, and Robertson he's been quite good. I mean, Van Dijk and Robertson, if you have the money, really. I mean, other than that, I wouldn't go there, to be honest. Their defense hasn't been that good. Yeah, if you want to get Liverpool player, it would be Luis Diaz, I think, and Robertson if you have money.
Yeah, fair enough. For me, I think Robertson probably, but then when I look at like Trippier, right? Trippier is almost the same price as Robertson, if I'm not mistaken. And then I go Trippier is a better option than Robertson at this moment. So I'd rather probably spend my money there. Yeah, they're almost. Oh well, Trippier is 0.2 more than Robertson.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it's not too much of a difference in price. Yeah,
the issue is money. Like
yes,
you don't have the money for a defender that expensive.
Yeah, that's the thing. Especially when you want to try and own the likes of Son, Salah, Haaland, all of these players, it's not easy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm still not convinced by Liverpool defense, especially with all these red cards they keep picking up and whatnot. They picked up quite a lot of red cards actually. So I'm not convinced with Liverpool defense at the moment, and I still don't think Brighton is the team to play against. Maybe Everton, Forest, and Luton is a different story, but Brighton will score goals, even though they'll concede a lot as well.
So this is my thing. If Rashford does not perform in the next game, then I'm even thinking about getting Diaz straight away for game week 9. So Everton, Forest, Luton, right? And Brentford. These 4 games are good games for Liverpool players.
Now, I was just reading the chat. Will is a Liverpool fan. He says Gakpo will be out only for 1 game with the international break, I guess. And then Núñez best option after Salah. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe. So you said game week 9, right? So that's after the international break. So maybe we'll have a bit more news from Klopp by then. So maybe that's a possibility to kind of wait and see. And obviously they do have a European game as well, Liverpool, to play. So we had to wait and see if anything.
Yeah, I feel like Klopp does like playing Diaz a lot.
I think Diaz has played quite a lot of minutes consistently, and the only time he's like not played is like let me see. I think once he was rested and once he had to come off because of a McAllister red card, if I wasn't mistaken, for this season. But I think he's played most of his minutes. Newcastle, he didn't play as much. And then I think in another game, he played 45. Yes, that was a Wolves.
I feel like Klopp see him as a successor for Salah because they're similar type of players. Oh, Salah, I think long-term replacement.
Long-term, yeah.
Because they're a similar type of players, small, quick, skillful. I mean, they got a lot of similarities. I think surely Liverpool is thinking about that succession plan.
The other thing is, in recent games, Salah seems to be now more of a creative player than a goal scorer. And even if you saw the Spurs game, Salah, what he does is now he does his angle passes, and he did that one to Luis Diaz that got called offside. And I expect to see more of that from Salah. So Luis Diaz could be the one who, or even Darwin if he's playing, be the one who ends up on the end of that.
I really feel that Diaz would be a good asset.
Yeah. So if you're willing to wait till game week 9, I think we'll have way more information for that. So maybe that'll be the time to look to bring in. Although it is a Merseyside derby, game week 9. You never know.
He's at home though. He's at home, so it's Anfield. It's different. Yeah.
Okay, so those was some of the teams that we want to talk about. And then fixtures for this week. Anything standing out?
Well, not really. I mean, Palace game, I didn't talk about Crystal Palace. I mean,
Good
who would you
defensive team.
have? Yeah, against Forest. Forest is actually quite good. Yeah, it's a tight game. Brighton, Liverpool, that is going to be a cracking game.
Goals everywhere.
Yeah, that'll be a cracking game. I don't
Yeah.
know which side is going to go because
Yeah.
you just don't know, right? Yeah, Liverpool is just not going to just let them play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game's going to be interesting. I think Brighton might win because after what happened last week, Liverpool is kind of a bit, I don't know, hurt. Yeah,
it should be a cracker.
yeah,
really good game there.
yeah. West Ham, Newcastle, that's a good game too. Obviously, Arsenal, Man City. Yeah, a lot can change, a lot can happen.
Yeah,
this week can be very unpredictable.
Yeah, fair enough. True. We mentioned about Crystal Palace. I think defense. Let me go to defense data. Where is Palace? They're here mid-table lower. But I do consider them to be a slightly better defensive team, though. Even though the numbers don't
West Ham is bottom 3. What?
Why is that?
Because that's what West Ham have been defending really well.
They've considered only 7 goals. I think they've considered more chances. Where they played West Ham. I'm a bit shocked by that because I always thought they were better. They played a few tough teams. That's why. Okay, this is last 4 game weeks. Okay. They played Liverpool and City in those last 4 game weeks.
Right, okay.
That kind of explains why. They'll probably go up if I was to like try and include last 6 where you also include Brighton and Chelsea where they did well in those games. But yeah, I think that's why they're down there. Because they had 3-1 beatings to both Liverpool and City.
Everton is 5th. What?
I need to check these stats. These are not a good enough reflection of what happened. Everton 5th. Why are they 5th?
They've lost to Luton, haven't they?
They lost to Luton. I don't think this got updated with the Luton game. No, it would have got updated with the Luton game. It should have been updated. Yeah. I need to check this.
Maybe it depends on how this is ranked.
So I sorted this by XG conceded.
XG conceded. Yeah. Right.
So I think they're not conceding too much, but it's just Pickford's, goalkeeping skills.
Yeah, I mean, they conceded 6 out of 4.14 XG conceded. Yeah. Okay, that's been unlucky.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Now, if you look at the big chances considered, though, 10 big chances, Everton. So for anyone listening on the audio, we basically had the last 4 game weeks, team defense up and Newcastle right on top for defense. Arsenal 2nd, City 3rd, Chelsea 4th, Everton 5th, Liverpool 6th, interestingly. But in terms of Everton, big chances, 10 big chances. Sheffield United, I told you, worst defensive team, 21 big chances in the last 4 game weeks.
Yeah, well, Rashford should score then.
You hope, but I don't know. Bournemouth bottom, West Ham 18, interestingly, and then Burnley 10 as well at the bottom. Now that's the team defense, but if I was good team attack, again Newcastle with the best attack. I think this might be slightly tampered with their 8-0 hammering of Sheffield United.
Yeah.
Of
course.
It's kind of changed the numbers a bit. But then Liverpool are there in 2nd, Arsenal 3rd, Spurs 4th, City 5th, and Everton again in this top 6. Again, XG, right? 7.74. They scored only like what?
So they are creating chances.
Yeah. They're doing stuff. They're just not finishing or keeping the goals out of the net, kind of thing. In terms of bottom 6, you've got the likes of Crystal Palace. You got United in the bottom 6. This is what I'm telling you. And then you got Fulham, Sheffield, Forest, and Wolves in your bottom 6 for team attack. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. That's how the teams look in terms of data. And then your team, we kind of touched on. And you said you've already made your moves. And then this is my team. Disaster. If I did not captain Morris, I don't even want to think about what would have happened.
So what are you going to do with those Luton players?
This is a very good question, because this week I would, let's say, so I'm going to start Turner Onana because I don't.
But how did you get them in first place?
Who? I already
Those
had.
two Luton players.
I started the season with Kabore always
Oh,
on the
okay.
bench, so he was always there. I did a -4 this week to get in like 3 players. I got Morris in as part of that -4.
Right.
And I should have sold Rashford instead of selling Saka, but then I sold Saka because of the injury scare. And bought in Salah as part of that -4, and I bought in Matty Cash as well as part of that -4.
Okay.
Now, looking back at it, this week I'm in a bit of a problem because I start Udogi over Kabore. I have to play a Stupinant against Liverpool, which I don't want to, unfortunately.
No, who knows? That game you just can't go
he could get attacking returns. Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
I would probably play Turner over Onana because at this point Onana can't even keep a tennis ball or in a beach ball out of his goal at this point.
Who's Nottingham Forest?
Turner. Oh, Nottingham Forest. They're playing Palace. Eze is out for 6 weeks.
Have to go with Onana, surely. Brentford can't score.
You say that they're about to come to Old Trafford and they're going to score.
No, they can't score.
Mbeumo is going to not have scored in the last few weeks to come in and getting a double-digit return in FPL. Wait and see.
No, they have to bounce.
I don't know. We'll see. But I just don't trust Onana at the moment. I don't know.
Then you probably need a wildcard now.
See, I was thinking about that, but I don't want a wildcard right immediately because I haven't even watched anything and I'm not in the mind space to kind of wildcard. That's why I wasn't wildcarding. And then I was looking at other places when I could wildcard, and I was like, okay, Game Week 10 seems like a better window where I can get back onto Arsenal because I don't have Saka. I can target West Ham. I can get into Newcastle with Trippier because people won't have. So I was thinking, okay, maybe right now what I'm thinking in terms of moves is I'll probably have to do another -4, and it might involve selling Rashford to maybe a Heung-min Son potentially.
Right.
And to do that, because I'll be short by 0.3 or something to do that move, so I'll need to do another move. And if Diaby is fit, I might even do Foden to Diaby.
Yeah.
Foden's playing Arsenal.
So you are keeping Salah, basically.
Yeah, I got Salah in this week for that.
So you don't want to sell him for now?
No. Why? I just got him in this week. I won't sell him immediately. No. I got him. So I started the season with Salah, and then I was like 5.5. This is useless. And then I sold him, and then he just decides to do well after that. Now I do admit that having Salah in the team makes it so much more harder for funds. In terms of making moves, and you can't get to players without taking hits, and that's what I'm seeing kind of right now. But I think we need to kind of have that discussion where you said if you were to wildcard him with Salah and without Salah.
Yeah, that's the key question for anyone who wants to use wildcard is having Salah or not.
Yeah, and I think
it's very restrictive if you have him.
Yeah, exactly. And I think a good way to discuss this is by going to the panel team. Let me bring up the panel team. Got this up a bit.
It's not too bad, 50.
Yes, so the panel team had a good week. In 50 points, they had Rare in goal, Kabore, Stupinant, Gabriel, Saka, Diaby, Morris. Unfortunately, didn't switch to Morris. We didn't decide on the captaincy, so I just left it on Haaland. But 50 is pretty good. At a green arrow. Went up a bit in the overall rankings. We do have, however, 2 free transfers and a shitload of money in the bank.
Oh, okay.
But the team for this week for the panel team would be something like this. I guess Pau Torres comes on. Kabore. And then we use our 2 free transfers for something else.
Okay, we can make something happen.
Yeah. We'll have a look. But first, let's talk about this Salah and no Salah thingy.
Yeah.
So if you were to wildcard, right? Do you want to start with the Salah and no Salah? I mean, with the Salah draft and Haaland
with
draft?
Salah, I think you will show how difficult it is to do everything else.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say we add Salah in here alongside Haaland, right?
Yeah.
Now, do you want to start with the midfield because that's where everyone's going, or
Well, let's go keep goalkeeper because
who would be your
yeah.
2 keepers? Ariola has to be there, right? Surely,
Yeah,
4.2.
Yeah, a cheap one. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the second keeper is a question. Do you go like ultra cheap or do you go like?
But Brighton is not good because they just keep switching the keepers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Fulham is good choice. Leno is a good choice.
Yeah.
Sanchez is a good choice. I think Sanchez probably is.
But Chelsea's fixtures are a bit hard after this.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, good point. That
Johnston, not too bad, I guess I would say. In Palace, this is why I was looking at a game week 10 wildcard situation as well because Leno, if I was to wildcard in 10, I can like start Ariola for like these couple game weeks and then Leno not too bad as well after that. But Johnston maybe decent option.
Right. For now, I'll probably just go with someone.
I'll just go with Johnston for the moment.
Yeah, what's the cheaper one? Yeah, because the money is the issue.
Yeah. Defense. You Matty Cash.
Yeah.
After that, where do we go? Newcastle
defender. You need to have an Arsenal player, no?
Arsenal defender in Gabriel?
Who's the cheapest one?
Has to be Gabriel, right?
Yeah, Gabriel.
Then you've got Newcastle defender. Surely, right?
Yeah.
Burn or Shah?
Yeah, Burn cheaper. Let's just go with the cheapest everyone, right?
Okay.
Because otherwise it just won't work.
Yeah. Okay. So let's those are for the moment 3 defenders. Yeah. We'll come back to defense with like the 4. We'll get Kabore in there because he's a 4.0.
Yeah, good idea.
Now
Spurs midfielders.
Let's go midfielders. Yeah. So you want Son?
We probably need a double Son and Madison.
Okay, Son and Madison.
I bet he's not gonna work, but let's just go with Son for now.
Yeah. Bowen.
Oh yeah, he's a cheaper option. Yeah.
And now this is where you go.
Maybe keep Diaby.
Okay, but we don't have Saka at all.
Mitoma.
Okay, Mitoma. Oh, you need Mitoma when he has like Liverpool and City. Oh, this is another thing I should have mentioned.
He will come good, man. This guy is good. He's class.
So maybe we get, but then you could do that move in game week 10, right? That transfer.
Yeah, you could.
Okay, let's put Diaby in, assuming he's fit, right? For now, just in
Neto. Case. Neto's good.
Neto is also not too bad. Good fixtures, decent amount of fixtures. So maybe Neto as the enabler. Okay.
Yeah, he's great. That guy.
Your forward line. You have Archer. Yeah, basic 4.5.
No, is he playing?
I think he does play. Yeah. 4.5.
Oh, okay. Actually, plays a lot.
Yeah. Since he got transferred in, he's been playing. So he'll play. The question is, what type of formation you want to play? Do you want to play a 3 strikers or do you want to play a 2 striker formation?
How much money we have? Got 2 players left.
So our second forward spot has to be Watkins, right? At this point.
Yes.
Okay, so now you have 3.8. Now this 3.8 because we have to fill one more defensive option.
She's not enough.
Yeah.
So we have to change Madison.
Yeah, so Madison has got to go.
Or Bowen.
To a cheaper midfielder. So let's just say Bowen goes to a cheaper midfielder in Diaby maybe. If Diaby is fit.
Yeah, you have 4.4. I think that's good.
And then you go for the 4.4 defender. Oh man.
Beltman?
Probably.
Again, is the fixtures the issue.
Yeah, it's the fixtures. I guess you can go Lamptey if you think that there's going to be rotation and whatnot, but that's just risking it, I guess.
No, you want to pick someone who actually plays, right?
Yeah. But then if you play Weltman now, it's fine. You don't play him for the next 2, and then after that the fixtures turn. But ideally, you want Estupinan later, right?
What about Gusto? I mean, he will play when he's
fixtures
back.
Are bad.
He's still? Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, Chelsea, no good. So, yeah, you don't have many options. You'll have to go with a very cheap defender here as well, and play and hope that your 3 defenders will carry you through.
Tarkowski. Got Bournemouth.
Yeah, but then they got Liverpool, West Ham.
Yeah. Gonna get smashed.
See, this is where it gets hard, right? You don't have options. You're basically
Johnny Evans.
He's not gonna play.
He's already got an assist. Come on.
I know, true. I mean, you could take him in and hope for the best, but he's not gonna get too many games. Maybe you put him in, okay, just for the sake of it. Let's just say. But you're looking at starting Gabriel, Cash, and Dan Burn basically.
Yeah.
And you got 0.4 in the bank here, so you could, if you needed, upgrade the RB to someone else, but you're not getting many options. So as you can see, it's very limited in budget in terms of what you can do. You don't even have Saka here, by the way.
Yeah.
In this team. So it's not easy. This is where it gets hard to try and have Salah and Haaland in this team.
Here's my point, right?
Yeah.
If we change Salah to Diaz, right?
Oh, you have a lot more money then.
Then you have a lot more you can do, got more quality players in.
Yeah. So you have a lot more money then. Then you can if you wanted, you could even go Neto to a Saka later. Right?
Yeah.
In come game week 10, if their fixtures turn better, like once the fixtures go better, you can go Neto to a Saka. You have enough money then to do that. You can even go Archer to, like I mentioned, Højlund as an option.
Yeah. Good idea.
So that there is the opportunity to do something like that.
Oh, yeah, that team suddenly looks heaps better.
Yeah.
Apart from Johnny Evans.
Yes. But you see the point, right? It's so much more easier without Salah to do a better team. Even if you didn't want Højlund, you could go back to Archer. You could probably upgrade Dan Burn to a Trippier or something, or a Robertson.
Or Robertson, yeah.
Yeah. So you have the flexibility without Salah to make a much better team. Yes, that's true. The question is, without the thing with Liverpool is most of the attack does come through Salah. Or he's the one who's consistently getting points compared to the rest. But I think Luis Diaz could be a decent option because his minutes are pretty good. This, I think he got rested, if I'm not mistaken. This one he got subbed off because of the red card, if I'm not mistaken. There's a red card to McAllister. And because of that, he was taken off as a result. But apart from that, his minutes are decent.
So he hasn't really scored that many points.
No. I mean, he could have got this goal if it was given to him. And then game state means different.
I watch him play. He's such an exciting player.
Yeah, that's true. There's a question, worth getting Son in for Salah to have enough money to transfer in better players?
Son I would say yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I think Son at the moment way better value than Salah.
Is Son taking penalties?
We don't know yet. That's the one thing with Spurs we don't know. We don't know.
I think he will, right? I think he will.
Probably.
It has to be him.
Because he's having the armband and everything, he probably might take
either him or Madison.
Yeah, so it's one of those two that we're thinking. We just don't know who yet because they haven't had a penalty yet. We'll have to wait and see. But if he does take penalties, it makes him a significantly better option. Yeah, so that's something to kind of wait and see. That's why I'm very tempted to get Son in. But yeah, so this is so we kind of did our draft with Salah and without Salah kind of situation.
I think our conclusion is without Salah, right?
Yeah, looks better without Salah. Which is why I don't mind doing a wildcard in Game Week 10 and then maybe I can reassess whether I want to go without Salah or not. But then it's that Luton fixture that you kind of miss out on, sad life. So we'll have to wait and see. Maybe I might even wildcard and still have Salah but have an exit route to remove him after Game Week 11 or something. We'll see. I don't know. Something to kind of wait and see on. But yeah, that's basically it. Now, going back to this panel team, actually, what should we do with it? There's 2 free transfers. It's not looking good. It's got defensive issues.
Yeah, the Botman has to go.
Yeah. To who? Another Newcastle defender? Trippier? No?
Oh, we have money as well, yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, maybe another Newcastle defender.
Yeah.
Or if we can afford to have Trippier. Oh yeah, even Spurs. Udogie or Porro.
Udogie or Porro. Should we go Porro? since we mentioned there was more
let's
attacking.
Just be a bit different, yeah.
Yeah. And then we have another free transfer that we can use if you wanted to move Morris maybe out now that his duties are done.
Yeah, it's got to go.
To who do we want to go to? Watkins, Darwin, Hoyland.
Oh, do I have enough for Watkins?
Oh, we have 10.7. Don't worry, we have enough for money.
Oh, I think Watkins. So then you have 3 Villa players.
Yeah.
But they have some good games coming up. So I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, they do have some good games. Yes.
Yeah, and go with that then.
Okay.
Loaded those Villa players.
Yeah. Okay, so that's the formation. Let's make those 2 transfers. Confirm. And then the team would look like we would bench Gabriel.
So we don't have Son.
No, we don't have Son. We can still get Son in, I think, maybe. I don't know, we'll have to look.
Is it too late now? You've already done
I've already done the transfers. We can take a hit if you wanted to.
Against who? What? Take Rashford out. Rashford is against Brentford. Surely you'll score.
Okay, so then maybe if we wanted to, the next thing we could do is if Saka is supposedly out, take Saka out to bring in Son.
No, I think.
Or take Diaby out to bring in Son.
Yeah, I think that's a better one.
Okay, so do we wait on that till a bit closer after press conferences just to see what's the state with like Diaby and Saka?
Who's Spurs playing against? Luton, yeah?
Luton, yes.
Now the question is, if you spend 4 points, is Son gonna give you more than 4 point return?
Oh well, Luton and Fulham are in the next 2, surely.
Yeah. Well, then we just maybe pull the trigger now. Villa is playing against Villa,
Wolves.
right? Wolves
and then West Ham.
Oh. Well, it really depends on how aggressive you want to play this.
Yeah, I don't mind waiting for the press conference just to see what's the status with both Diaby and Saka.
Yeah.
And then pulling the trigger to get Son.
Yeah.
I don't mind keeping it closer to deadline just to see, because I've seen some news about Son not training and all of that, so I don't know what the situation is with.
Okay.
So just hold on that before. But I think I will probably pull the trigger if you see Son starting, and then maybe captain him even.
Sure. Yeah, I think that's a good one to go.
Okay, so for the moment, the team looks... Do we bench Gabriel?
Yeah.
Or Estupinan?
Yeah, Gabriel for now.
Okay.
Saka, Diaby.
And who do we put the armband on? Watkins or Madison?
I feel like Madison, right?
Yeah. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And if Son comes in, we give the armband to Son.
What about keeper?
Oh, yes. Rea or Turner?
Yeah, Turner.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool. I think the team looks pretty good. We still have enough money to get Son as well. I wonder if we could have done Mbeumo to Son. Oh, we can. So yeah, we have a couple options. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if both Saka and Diaby are fine, probably do Mbeumo instead.
Yeah.
To Son.
Yeah. You see, that's another demonstration of how easy it is to change things around without Salah.
Yes, it is. Cool. We'll end it there. Not too long as well. So thank you to everyone who's been watching. And thank you to Roy as well for joining me. And we'll see you all for a deadline stream coming Saturday. And maybe if you guys want me to do a wildcard video or whatnot, I can do. Let me know in the comments. Is Son not expected to play? No, I think Son is going to play, but there were just a few videos circulating that I think it's just worth waiting till the deadline just to see. We'll get early team news anyways because it's the first kickoff anyways. But yeah, if you have him in your teams, I wouldn't worry, to be honest. But yeah, that's basically it. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to ARG, Will, 513, and everyone else who was in the chat. And thank you to Roy as well. And we'll see you all later. Peace out, everyone.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.